caught a German, by the way.
Is it?
Alsatian, as a matter of fact.
Okay. Do you know which area?
Alsace. I know it's part of France, part of Germany. I know about the Kaiser back and forth.
Beautiful area.
1868, 1870. My grandfather was born in 1868.
Oh, wow.
But the Germans grabbed Alsace in 1870. We're all about that.
Okay. Please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Vegas Polinski. I started a tech company called the Tom Wallet, and I was out here working on it, and I had somebody doing social media for me. And, we didn't see eye to eye 100%, so I started doing it myself. And then I found out that, it was happening for me, and it started to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow, and so now I'm still out here doing it. For no particular reason, but I'm trying to make it work. So I enjoy it.
Oh, tell us a little bit like you and the Mirage. How is this relationship? What's going on?
Okay, so I've gambled since I'm a little kid. Because I was born with a genetic mutation of BCAA. I do not produce dopamine at all. Most gamblers, most alcoholics, most addicts, they have a deficiency of some kind. I do not methylate and folate properly. That's what BCAA is. So I have been gambling since I was a small child. As a matter of fact, on my website it says gambles for methylating. I usually got the show. But it's really not a joke. I really can't say that. Okay. So I was gambling a lot, and I was pretty much broke, all through my teens. And when I was 21 years old, my mother said to me, "Do this business. This will be good for you." And me and my partner made about $6 million. I got $3 million. He got $3 million. He still has his $3 million. And my $3 million, a lot of it is over right here. So I lost a lot of it in 92, 93, 94. My last big trip here was in April of 1995. I was playing blackjack for $10,000 in hand. I'll never forget it. I had to split 4 times. And I think I lost 4 out of 5 times. When I left here, I still owed them $110,000. That took me years and years and years. I lost between $600,000 and $700,000. But I had a great time. I really enjoyed it. I had my childhood here. Really, I used to come out here with my girlfriend, who was, how shall we say, a lady of ill repute. You know what that is? Yes, she was somewhat of a lady of ill repute. As a matter of fact, one time, I'm 96% certain I caught her with the bartender from the Mirage, but he had gone across the street to Valley, which is now the Horseshoe. And I came in the room, and I think he ran out the back door. But these are the great memories that I have. I never told anyone that story. Can you believe that? Because that's a Mirage story, because he was the bartender at the Mirage.
Tell me, you choose to gamble at the Mirage. Why? Why is it so special to you? What makes it
so
special?
in 1989, the Mirage was the first resort built for 16 years since they had built the MGM. The MGM is now the Horseshoe. So there was nothing new here until November 22nd, 1989. I didn't come in 89. I was busy working. But by 1992, I had enough money that I came here. I had a $15,000 credit line. And there was nothing else like it. Steve Wynn really knew how to treat gambling. He knew something that the Fontainebleau doesn't know, that the Sportsball doesn't know, that most places don't know. And I meet with casino executives, and I tell them, what does Steve know? Steve knew how to love gambling. And then I say to them, I said, why did Steve know how to love gambling? You know why Steve knew how to love gambling? Guess what? His dad was a compulsive gambler. He dealt with his father as a compulsive gambler his entire childhood, up through his 20s. When his father passed away, he took over his father's bingo business in Maryland. He owed $350,000, and he built an empire on that. So he was used to navigating the gambler's world, the sad stories, the problems, and everything associated with that. So when he got into the casino business in 1973, started the Golden Nugget, he owned 5% of the Golden Nugget. When he got into the casino business, he had that nuance, he had that understanding, he had that feeling. So he knew how to deal with gamblers, and that's why he was successful. Now when he built this place, he gave of himself. You see this big thing here? He gave this tremendous, it goes all the way below there, I think it's 1,200 feet. It goes 1,200 feet from there all the way to there. This is a huge part of the expense of the Mirage. The Mirage is $630 million. I don't know the number here, but I'm going to guess he spent something like $30 or $40 million on this project. Why? He wanted to give to you, he wanted to give you the awe, he wanted to give you the experience before you went in. Why? And this is what no casino executive does. When you give to a gambler, when you give to a compulsive gambler, he immediately feels guilty. And he says to himself, you know, that volcano is so beautiful. That was so much fun. All right, I'll risk $500 in the slot machine. I'll risk it. if you treat a gambler like garbage, if you don't give him anything, like the Bond Bill, for instance, when he goes in, he doesn't care that you had an upside down car, piece of art in front of the building. That's just stupid. You're not giving him anything, you're giving him a car credit. Steve gave, and then you gave back to Steve. So when I came here when I was a kid, my credit line was $50,000 eventually, when I was about 27, 28. I used to lose it all the time. When I came here, I was prepared to give Steve his $50,000 because he had entertained me, he had given up himself. I was having such a good time. You know, you came in, this is one of the first casinos. Now, I don't really know this for a fact, so don't quote me on it. But this is one of the first casinos where you came through the front door, and boom, you got hit in the old Stazola. And I got a big Stazola, right? You got hit with that floral scent. That you didn't get that anywhere else. Now everybody's got a floral scent. Everybody's got a signature scent. The Mandalay Bay smells a certain way. The Venetian smells a certain way. The Wynn Encore smells a certain way. But Steve was one of the first people who you came in, and from that smell, you were already triggered. You were already heated. You're ready to get to the table. He knew how to inspire gamblers to be gamblers, and he knew how to make them not feel bad about it. And that's a nuance. That's something that, honestly, 80 to 90% of casino executives do not know how to do that. And that's why they're all failing. That's why they're all failing.
And when this started, when this was like new in '89 opened, what was the impact on the city? What did you see?
I was not here in '89, so I'm not going to say. I didn't come here until '92. But I read and read and read and read.
Okay, let's break it down. What is, like, for you as an experienced gambler, what does the Mirage...
Well, no, I'm going to answer your first question because I already formulated the answer. Okay. All of the deludinoids, all of the casino executives who think they can be Steve Wynn, who think that they got so much talent, you know, it's all ego. This whole place is ego-driven. And all of the casino executives walk around like this, man, you know, don't worry, I'm not going to grab my crop. They're never want to. But they're not. And so what he did was he inspired, by building this and by being successful, he inspired every other testosterone-laden individual. Those would be men. He inspired them to put $12 billion into the town in order to compete. He set off a building boom in Las Vegas because everybody saw his success here and they said, hey, I could do that. Everybody thinks they can do it. They can't. Resorts World can't do it. Bunker's can't do it. You know, Bunker's losing $400,000. You know that. So it's way more difficult and way more nuanced. The interesting thing about gambling resorts is the story is a fairy tale. It's a beautiful fairy tale. I'm going to build the biggest casino that Las Vegas has ever seen. We're going to spend $4 billion. It's going to be unbelievable. But the reality is not there. Because, first of all, the payroll now, for instance, the payroll at the Bunker is $1 million. The real estate taxes, somewhere between $20 and $30 million. The daily utility bill at the Resort World is $23,000. At the Bunker, I think it's $33,000. I actually get all these. So when you add all of this up, those two properties up there, which I'm both competing, they both need a little over $2 million a day before anything gets to break even. So the actual reality of the business is a very, very tough business. And there hasn't been a successful resort built in Las Vegas since the Wynn Encore 2000. I think they opened Encore 2009. That's the last successful building. As a matter of fact, they failed in Atlantic City, $2.2 billion hotel. They're not making any money for the Resort World. They're losing it on Bangkok. City Center was in so much trouble that they had to go to the United Arab Emirates and grab $3 billion. So they convinced the United Arab Emirates to lend them $3 billion and they solved it. But City Center was in so much trouble that they had to sell Treasure Island and sell Rockland for $750 million right there to finish.
When we focus again on the Mirage, can you just like walk us through the thoughts in your mind when first time you walked in there?
When you got here,
yeah.
You heard the jungle noises. You know, the jungle was going. If you hear at night and the volcano goes off, the first thing you hear is that jungle noise. And that gets your blood flowing because you're thinking to yourself, gee, you know, I might get eaten by a lion, I might get eaten by a tiger, I might get a deal, I might have blackjack. That's the mentality. It's already got you all hopped up out here, right? Then you go through the front door and that smell hits you. You know, that floral smell. Hey, I really am in the jungle. Smell this. So you would get the jungle experience that you come in, you get that smell, and now you're ready to gamble. And Steve hired the best executives in the whole world who made you feel good. They didn't sweat the money. They didn't stand over you on the table like this, worried that someone is going to win 10 or 20 or $30,000. When you have gaming executives that sweat the money, or sweating the money, you lose the whole experience. So Steve told him, hey man, back up off the table. Don't worry about it. There's speeches he gave. It's just a piece of plastic. Don't sweat it. So he created a loose ambiance. Gamblers love loose. Gamblers don't want tight. The worst word to a gambler is tight. We want loose. We want action. We don't want to feel guilty. We want to have fun. We want to lose ourselves. Steve knew how to do that himself, and he knew how to hire 4 people around. You know what he called them? Nobody ever references this stuff. He called them gorgeous personalities. So he would go out, he'd see a guy like you, right, just like you, with that big smile and you're a good-looking guy, he would try and hire you. So you would be working over there in 1990. He'd say, come on. True story. He would hire people, right, from wherever. If he saw a good
What will be the legacy of this place after they
it's going to be wiped out, but I think we're lucky in Las Vegas in this way. We are lucky that the Seminole Indian tribe is probably one of the best corporations to be. If you told me Bally's was buying this, I would finally request that you get a gun and put 3 bullets in that casino, right? There are some really bad casino companies. Penn National, same thing. Get a gun, put a gun. But luckily, the Seminole Indian tribe has a lot of money. They're killing it in Florida. They're making a lot of money in Florida. But I'm going to tell you something that people don't really reference. I've never even referenced. The Seminole Indian tribe went to Atlantic City. Has to be the toughest gaming market in the United States. And they bought the Trump Taj Mahal from Donald Trump. They bought it from Carl Icahn for $50 million. Donald had already lost it. And they're successful. So if you can go to Atlantic City and you can do what the Seminole Indian tribe did in Atlantic City, the Hard Rock in Atlantic City, they're going to kill it. I'd be shocked if they don't follow Las Vegas down the road. Really, I'm serious. Because they already had the toughest catch. It's like a guy who goes through A ball, double A ball, triple A ball. They've been through it all. So they're a very successful company. I have a lot of hope for them. A lot of people say to me, Vegas policy, why are you so negative? Why are you so negative about this? Why are you so negative about that? Make a note. I'm extremely positive about the Seminole Indian tribe. I'm negative when I'm supposed to be negative, and I'm positive when I'm supposed to be positive. These people have more money than God, first of all, and they know what they're doing.
Remind me again of the numbers. What do you say, like approximately, what did you invest here, lose here, win here?
I lost between $600,000 and $700,000. When I left here, I had a market for $110,000 for 8 years from my last trip.
How do you feel about that?
I need to gamble for medical reasons. What am I going to do? You ask a diabetic how he feels about his insulin. I bet you don't. It's the exact same thing.
Thank you.
No problem. You're welcome.
Um,
You got the right guy. Am I right? Am I right? Did you get the right guy? You got the right guy.
she will do a few pictures of us, like hanging out together, talking a little bit.
We're going to take some stills.
Some kind of wise, yeah.
We're going to take some stills.
Weird thing.
So you want me to keep it going?
No, you can keep it going. We're doing the show. We're doing show pony now, girlfriend.
Probably hanging
What?
out together.
They're speaking in German.
So she would like to do, yeah, it's easier with the camera stuff. She would like to have us here a little bit.